My name's Jamie and I'm Bridget's mom. She went to soccer practice on a Tuesday and was running and came screaming over to me on the side of the field. She had been kicked between the shin guard and the cleat, and she was just 6 years old. So at the age of 6, the space between your shin guard and your cleat is really tiny. And I just knew something was wrong. So Monday after school, I took her to the doctor, and Tuesday they sent us for x-rays, and Wednesday they called and said, something just doesn't look right on her x-rays and we really think you need to go to a specialist. They didn't say anything further, and the following Tuesday we were at a bone specialist and they said, we're praying that it's a bone infection, otherwise we think Bridget might have cancer. We left the hospital, and on Friday I was coming home from work and Bridget was at home recovering from the bone biopsy, and I got that phone call, the worst one that a parent will ever get, saying that your daughter has cancer. I remember hearing those words and just needing to sit down because I didn't know what to do. And then I came home and I came into the family room and Bridget was laying on the couch, and I looked at her and I got down on my knees and I said, Bridget, what we were hoping was a bone infection, it's not, you have cancer. And she looked at me and she shook her head side to side and started crying, and she said, no, Mommy, no. And I cried when I got that phone call, but as I was on my knees looking at her, I didn't cry, and I said, you are strong, you are a fighter, and you're gonna beat this. And so that became our mantra from that day forward, and she knew what cancer was because she helped kids that had cancer. She helped raise money so that they would hopefully find a cure, but unfortunately they didn't find a cure before it was my daughter. And I never thought it was going to be me. I was going to help everybody else whose kids were fighting this disease. It wasn't going to be my child. And then all of a sudden, we became the cancer family instead of the fundraisers. With osteosarcoma, with bone cancer, there's no cure. The only option is amputation and chemotherapy to get the cancer out of their body. And we learned that once we had gotten to St. Jude, that her cancer had crossed her growth plate into her ankle and they couldn't save her leg. We learned that in the first week there. And she underwent 10 weeks of chemotherapy. And on April 23rd, 2018, we said goodbye to cancer, right? Bridget had her leg amputated below the knee. And then the next day, with a catheter in and an epidural, she got up out of her bed and walked over on her own to a chair. And from that day forward, she has fought so hard.
My favorite thing to do is take him around outside at 4 o'clock, and I bark like a scary dog. He tucks his butt under and he goes running around in the backyard, and that's my favorite thing to do with him. Sometimes I call him Rita Bud, Rita Bell, and Puppy. I think Reed was born to be my best friend.
Sometimes I wonder, how does she keep doing it? How does she keep getting back up when she's been knocked down? That fighting spirit has been with Bridget every single day, from the day I told her she had cancer, to the day that we got on the plane to move to Memphis, to the day that they told her to get out of her hospital bed after her amputation with a catheter and an epidural, and she got up and moved to the chair, to the first day of physical therapy, and they said do 5 leg lifts, and she did 30. That fighting spirit is what gets her out of bed every day, has gotten her back from broken femurs, has made her stand up out of her wheelchair and throw down her crutches and be stronger than anybody could have ever imagined she could be. And you don't have an option of sitting on the sidelines, and you have to finish the game that you're handed. You have to figure out how you're going to win and how you're going to get there. And for us, it's just realizing that this is the cards that you've been dealt, the opponent that you're facing, and there's no other option but to move forward.
Wow, what a story. You know, the mission statement for the Baller Dream Foundation is that we lift the spirits of children and young adults and their families that are battling all forms of cancer. However, when you listen and learn about these stories our ballers go through and the experiences that they have, it kind of lifts the spirits of me, my team, our countless followers, our supporters at the Baller Dream Foundation. So yes, we're lifting their spirits, but in essence, they're returning that favor and experience, and they're lifting our spirits. And we absolutely love it, and we can't get enough of it. What drives us, or what makes us different, is that we're building relationships with these ballers and their families. There's no shortage of wonderful nonprofit organizations out there, but I'm kindly asking, get to know us. Follow us on our social media. Take a look at our website. We remain current with all of our stories. We're rapidly growing in multiple states because we are developing a ballerhood. It's not just a one-time gift, take care, beat cancer. We're building relationships with our ballers and their families. We strongly encourage you to get to know our story and consider joining our mission in supporting and lifting the spirits and hearts of so many ballers out there. Because I promise you, not only are you going to lift their spirit and heart, they're going to lift yours.